hope you're going to enjoy meeting them. Flying several birds right into the place. Whilst they're flying, any one of the birds may land right next to you. If they do, please don't be tempted to touch them, stroke them, or any such thing. They're not pets, despite the fact that they're domestically bred, and they are in fact at heart wild animals. They will not enjoy such a thing. We're going to start our bird of prey flying presentation. Charlie here, and he's been flown by Stuart. Stuart is one of several falconers, including myself, that we have here at the castle. Now, Charlie is not a native bird of prey. In actual fact, you usually find Charlie's kith and kin out in the Americas. Charlie is a male Harris hawk. They're a bird that naturally occurs in the southern part of North America, Central and South America. Charlie does not have this exciting life because Charlie was domestically bred in Tamworth. Which may be exciting for you. Perhaps not exciting. When Charlie was young, he was an egg. Things are pretty good inside the egg, to be honest. Think about it, you've got a food supply, it's warm, every now and again somebody rolls you around a bit. It's a bit like being on furlough, only better. Charlie enjoyed his time inside the egg, and he used the power of the yolk to help him grow. And he grew and grew and grew until he almost ran out of food and almost ran out of space. At that point, he took action. He pecked and kicked and pushed his way out. Before hatching, he had taken a little bit of the yolk inside his body and put things to keep going. He appeared in front of his parents, a wet, horrible, ugly, helpless mess. His mother loved him. To be honest, his father was just a bit worried about the expense of that. Charlie lay there. He could do nothing. But he had that cunning plan, didn't he? He was drawn to the yolk inside his body to give him the energy to be able to sit up, to be able to utter his first words. Mummy, the first word they hear will be mummy. Daddy, the first word they hear will be daddy. In actual fact, inevitably, it proceeds. And he asked the food over and over and over again. Now his parents were lucky. Their king was a kind chap. The engine was clean, the nest leg was big, water was there. Most importantly for Charlie at that stage, there was plenty of food. And a rich variety of food stuff. A good mixture, right? I mean, I think you can hardly well, puppies, kittens, ponies, children, all that nobody cares really. We start looking for something. So that mixture of food stuff enabled Charlie to start growing. And he grew and grew and grew. Wait, feathers, within weeks, he was looking like a bird, around the age of 8. So that's exactly where we left him. We left him right in the age of when his mummy and daddy told him who he was. You see, if it was fire Charlie too early, I'm afraid he would have formed a natural relationship with Stuart. So we left him where he was. And he knew when he came to us that he was Harry to touch him in the darkness. Headed over to Tamworth in the middle of the night. And pick Charlie up, took him over to meet the house. Now, that's a nice chap that he was here to meet and greet, but most importantly, to see that Charlie was helpful. To do what I thought was give you scientific tests, you know? To make sure he was fit to do an old group of birds. Look, you here at Tamworth. Charlie, having been declared fit, was ready to be trained. The first bit of his training was a bit like courting. Valentine's Day was just yesterday, wasn't it? You know the crack. Fine wines, chocolates, scissors, red roses, hot and wraps. And the idea, of course, is to make sure that your loved one receives the gift, so that you know, they know. Your affection towards them. And that's what we did with Charlie. We took him a gift. Every time we went to meet him, we took him something that would make him feel that we were lovely. And we were on our best behaviour. Soon enough, Charlie was looking forward to us coming along. Soon after that, he was coming to meet us. Soon after that, he was flying through. He was the whole of his training, the whole of his schooling, like, roaring, ignoring bad ones. And we knew which behaviours were good because we'd fallen to find out before we started. All the secrets about training birds are great are hidden in books. And before you even contemplate how you can be a bird crate trainer, you've got to read those books. You've got to find out how the bird tends and how to defend its place. So that's what we did the job. Yeah, it's fine. Now in the wild, Charlie would have been a stop-at-home child, a bit like the modern child. You know, most of you with small children realise that they will still be at home when they're 13 or 14 years old. That's how they will do well. Listen carefully, children, stay at home until you're 30 or 14 years old. 3, 2, 1. And adults will also stay at home. They stop at home for as long as they can with their mum and dad, and that's how they learn about life. Yes, sometimes they do learn good friends who are their enemies, how to pursue and catch prey, what their role is, how to rear the next brood of youngsters. And if Charlie had been out in the Americas, that's exactly what would have happened to him. He alone was pressing to work at least once a day. During his downtime, which is coming very shortly now, he was slipping away over an aviary. He lived with us. We make sure he's well fed, we make sure he gets the sun in his back, we make sure he's got fresh water to bathe in. We make sure, in fact, all of his needs are answered. Mental and physical needs. And in that way, hopefully Charlie will continue to provide in presentations for 20 years. He's 6 years old. He can keep on going and going and going. Very often with good care, birds are trained to live right their natural lifestyle. Which is why, as guests, even if you're thinking about acquiring birds of prey, you may want to think of what your future holds for you. What is going on inside. Because you need to be there for those birds every single day.
It's gone up there now, look.
And it's not just in this time period. It's been throughout falconry's history. Falconry is something that's been going on forever, for thousands of years. What you're seeing here today is nothing at all really to do with falconry. We just find some birds to play for you. Falconry is an ancient pastime where birds were encouraged to pursue and catch wild prey. Wild prey which was often then put on the table for people to eat. Now in order to do that, soldiers required usually wild birds in pastime. Nowadays that's illegal. They would acquire a wild bird suitable for their needs. They would tame it. They would train it to pursue and catch wild game and look after it. In some countries, once they migrated, the birds were loose, left to go to their own lives and new lands for later on. Birds which have never really been used for any great purpose in falconry include pigeons and owls. And we'll start the next part of our presentation with this wood penny. This is a jet penny, it's a male, it's a female snow owl. I think most of you will have known roughly what it was just by looking at it. Snow owls are birds that are found on the northern tundra. Miss Molly Penny, like all our birds, has been domestically bred, and she was domestically bred in the UK. Attention was taken away from her there. If you look above your head, right now there's a common buzzard coming in to take a look at what's going on, and it's not one of our birds. The bird flying out towards where the feather shade has been built is a common buzzard. And Miss Molly Penny got questions for a second. So she looked down that way to make sure she wasn't under attack. She's never been attacked by a common buzzard, to the best of my knowledge. In fact, she spent all her life so far under the care of Stuart. Unlike Charlie the Irishman, Miss Penny was absolutely red. What happened really well, and in her rearing, her mindset was completely changed. She had become imprinted. As the days went by, she was unreared and became imprinted. And she sees Stuart as her mummy and her daddy all rolled into one. That's not why Stuart's wearing the face.
Oh, we might come again.
There we go. Look.
It's her rearing purpose.
What's it?
Outlook, the mindset forever. She will always be
Look.
And that's something to take on, that's something to bear in mind. She will always be everything to that. You change the mindset to the next step. We're here. Please. She needs a little more. Otherwise, by putting the Lord in solitary confinement, she may go just a little bit too far. Now it flies in the face of her nature. Of course, we're flying around here. She should be out of the phone. And you might imagine that the snowy owl, like most species of owls you're aware of, will only come out at night. On the tundra, over the winter months.
Oh, wow.
But when the snowy owls start to breed, in the tundra and peaks over the line, and this might explain to you why she is that white bird. Whereas an adult before she was out to breed the young. Snowy owls take their best. There's been up to 12 youngsters counted. Snowy owls like blue tips have a lot of youngsters, and they're easily beat, they may lose them along the way. I'm guessing a bit like our native barn owl. It's time to part friends with you, and
I touch the bird?
and they just eat each other. I don't recommend that. They have good them and have to root them. And as the children melt, she has to pet her. Hence this smooth appearance. Yeah? Well, he can remain in order to find them,
Penny.
looking out for friends and enemies
Penny!
and food.
Oh crap, he looks at me!
You can tell that this bird,
He's so adorable!
because he's called Stuart,
Penny! Penny!
she'll keep on calling
Penny!
Stuart.
Penny! Penny! I don't
She's done very well indeed so far.
Oh, come
The
on!
next part is a big ask. We're going to ask her to return, but it's not of her own volition. We've schooled her to do this. Every part of her day is organised by us. Which sounds a bit severe, but imagine if somebody just
Wait,
came
wait, wait. Holy crap, he's up there! Oh, come on, how can I reach him there? My arms are so little. Look at his big legs.
We'll make sure she's well out of the way before bringing on the next bird. Sometimes species don't like one another. And owls and falcons don't get on. The next bird of prey that we have to fly for you is called the word. Falcon stands for the word falconry.
Guys, look at my coat to the bird who's actually trying to
Falco, the word that means symmetry, describes beautiful wing silhouettes that you're going to see on this next flight.
That might be not
silhouette that enables it to swish through the sky at high speeds.
I'm just trying to get the bed.
This is wearing the foot.
Judo.
Light leather.
I'm gonna have it to the Wait, what about I do this? Wait. Judo, you gave me a good idea.
Excited or upset.
Thanks, Judo.
Using up all important energy. It's one of those pieces of falconry equipment that many of you may recognise. Now, apprentice falconers are taught how to place the bird's foot on its head smoothly and how to take the bird's foot off as well. You can imagine that in rough hands, this might result in the bird becoming frightened. So you've got to be really careful throughout its life to make sure you don't make the bird hood shy. It's important to know how to put the hood on. It's equally important to know how to take the hood off. And the first rule you learn is when taking the falcon's hood off, you must leave the bird's head intact.
If the head comes away inside the hood, off the drop, then we might disappoint.
Can I hold it there?
The breeze is blowing the wrong way, really. It always does. And Mario likes to push off, he likes to take off one into the wind, that way he has the greatest control. I'm talking to you frequently like that, you saw his rouse then, perhaps his feathers doing something. And all I'm going to ask you to do is keep your eye on the bird. Don't take your eye. In plain terminology, we say the bird has blown up period. Now what I'm going to do in a second or two, ladies and gentlemen, to keep you entertained, I'm going to whip out my lure and bring it around. Don't worry, this is a comedy show. And my lure is simply a dummy bird. And you guys can replicate. Notice the size of the falcon. Look at this size, great, all the birds, off this knot, will be taken in flight. Now, I've already pitched out several people in the audience who are actually frightened of birds of prey. And there's a gentleman here, you see, who's protecting himself from a small child. The game of play is called stooping to the bird. And the lure, this thing swinging around my head, is just a leather bag with a piece of meat tied to it. And as I say, it replicates the flight of a falcon who's been unsuccessful. But what they'd actually tried to do is stoop down on the Asian prey, stoop down on the birds, and strike them out of the air. And they want to do this straight away. They don't want to waste energy, you know. The maxim that birds of prey live by is minimum effort, maximum reward. That's how they live their lives. They don't want to waste energy, they don't want to do anything unnecessary. I guess it's how we live our lives as well. That's why the lottery is so popular. We want to try and get something to us. So, ideally, a falcon would sit on its lip, watch a bird fly beneath it, drop down on it, knocking it right out the air. Now, I haven't even told you what Mario is yet. He's not a bird that you... Oh, nice! That was a good one. He tried to catch it behind the back. He's not a bird that you would find out about in the wild. He is, in fact, a bit of a Frankenstein's monster. A hybrid created by science. And the two species that have been hybridized are the water species and a little bird from Africa called Barbary. And these two species have been brought together in order to provide something with hybrid vigour. And by God, it's worked with this bird. He not only throws himself into the job, risking life and limb, also, to be honest, he flies with a bit of panache. I really like flying this bird these days. Give him a big round of applause. now is the dangerous part of your life if you're a wild falcon. Because every other bird and any sensible mammals will have seen what you've done. And they know that on the ground, just for a little while, there's going to be falcon scavenging. So what the other predatory and scavenging birds will do, what mammals will do, is when they see that behaviour, they'll head in that direction, hoping that they can pick up something for nothing. Minimum effort, maximum reward. And it's quite natural for a falcon to wish to get away at this point, to carry its food off to a safe place where it can eat in peace. Mario, although he's a tame lad, on the lure, to be honest, he can be a bit of a beast. So what we try to do with him is let him settle. Let that adrenaline that's been brought on by the chase just run out. And then, once we've got him, pop him to the hook. You can come all the way. This isn't the last time you'll see birds of prey flying here at Warwick Castle today. If we've whetted your appetite, why not come along +2 and have a look at 4 new birds spread over 3 species that will be flying in a separate, distinct In the meantime, you've been very lucky. It's a lovely sunny afternoon. Enjoy your stay here with Warwick Castle. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.